Hi, this is going to be a video walkthrough on setting up the VLANs in Hirschmann's classic OS switches. Included in this will also be an example of setting up an overlapping VLAN so that multiple VLANs can be accessed by one overlapping VLAN. We've already addressed the switches, so we've discovered them utilizing high discovery or high view. We're also going to be utilizing the high view switch management browsing tool to access the switches. So we've addressed all of our switches in a 24-bit subnet, so they all have a 255.255.255.0 subnet, and they're all addressed as a 10, 10, 10, 2, 3, and 4 respectively. So what we're going to have is on the first device we're going to, or on the first switch, we're going to have one device that's going to need to access a device that's on both VLAN 10 and 20. So it needs to access both of these devices right here. And we then have a device on VLAN 50 that's effectively going to be on an overlapping VLAN of 10, 20, and 30, meaning that it will have access to this device here, this device, as well as this device. Obviously the settings here can be tweaked and configured to your heart's content for your specific application. We also have these switches set up in a fault-tolerant ring, so that the settings also are going to take that network architecture into consideration. So that said, let's start by looking at the first switch, which is the 10, 10, 10, 2 switch. And what we've done is we've set up our VLAN 10 for our first device, which is a drive, VLAN 20, which is another drive, and VLAN 30, an HMI. And then here's the PLC that's going to have access to both VLAN 10 and 20. We've set that up as VLAN 40. And then we have another PLC that's going to have access to 10, 20, and VLAN 30. It's going to be on VLAN 50. And the naming here is just for my own sanity so that I can keep things straight. But these are all completely user-definable and irrelevant of the performance and the resulting settings of the or transfer the packets. Because we have a fault-tolerant ring, what I'm also going to do is I'm also going to tag all of the VLANs on my trunk ports. So I have T's on all of the ring ports for all of the VLANs. And then for VLAN 40, so VLAN 40 is going to have access to VLAN 10 as well as VLAN 20. It does not have access to VLAN 30. And then for VLAN 50, it's going to have access to VLAN 10, 20, 30, and it obviously is VLAN 50. And I don't have any other settings for the other ports. This too will come in very handy because if I plug into port 8, I want to make sure that I still have access to the switch management, because I'm going to be taking ports 3 and 4, and I'm going to assign port 3 to VLAN 40 and port 4 to VLAN 50. And I'm going to do that in this screen right here. So I've assigned port 3 to VLAN 40 and port 4 to VLAN 50. That then takes care of this switch. I then need to make sure that I go to load save and hit save to make sure that the configuration gets saved. And I can then also see the current VLAN setup simply by going to this, and it then just lets me confirm that these settings actually have in fact taken place on the switch. So that takes care of my first switch. So on my next switch I need to have two devices, one on VLAN 10 and one on VLAN 20. So we'll go to our .3 switch, which is this one right here. And again, built up my VLANs the same way. I'm trunking or tagging all the ports on the trunks, which is my ring. I then have my first VLAN, which is my VLAN 10. So it's going to be accessible by VLAN 40 as well as VLAN 50. And then I have my VLAN 20. It's going to be accessible by VLAN 40 and 50. So it's available to both of these VLANs, and I still have full access to the management on all of these other ports. So VLAN 10 on port 3, VLAN 20 on port 4, VLAN 10 on port 3, VLAN 20 on port 4. So I've set this, hit set, load save. Let me take care of that right now. And finally, on the last switch, we have a device on VLAN 30. And VLAN 30, let me go here. So VLAN 30, I've again taken my trunk ports. In this case, my ring ports is on port 3 and port 4. So I'm tagging all the VLAN traffic across those ports. And on VLAN 30, I've untagged it for port 5. So port 5 is going to be VLAN 30, and it is only available, as you can see here, to VLAN 50. It is not available to VLAN 40. And again, so this is port 5 for VLAN 30, port 5 for VLAN 30, set, save, done. And at that point you can test your configuration, verify that you're able to ping by simply moving a pingable device from one port to another. Do allow for a few seconds just in case any ARPs are stored or otherwise, but everything at this point should work. I hope that this has helped you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We're more than happy to help. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.